Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday's Market Situation Report, or Sitrep. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, the founder and CEO here at Topkin Options. And another day here with the president just swinging and missing, in my opinion. I have just instructed the Secretary of the Treasury to substantially increase sanctions on the country of Iran. So let me get this straight. You're increasing financial sanctions on a country that's freaking broke. What sanctions haven't we put on? I thought you've been saying the whole time, huge. Nobody's been doing sanctions on Iran like me. Nobody does it better. Believe me, Iran, huge sanctions, huge. Okay, more? What's left, dude? Here's my tweet in response to the president. Substantially increasing sanctions on a broke nation does absolutely nothing. You're doing exactly what Barack Hussein Obama did to Iran. Nothing. Stop, or I'll say stop again. You are only putting more American lives at risk. At this point, you're a coward. And then I tweeted a little bit of a reminder to the president about this. Iran, ladies and gentlemen, has killed 603. This was up until April, this article. 603 soldiers and Marines of the United States. For 8 years under Barack Hussein Obama, the Pentagon was prohibited. It was ordered by that administration to never discuss U.S. forces killed by Iran. Let me let that sink in. I brought this up yesterday to some of my members, and they never heard that. Of course you didn't. For 8 years under Barack Hussein Obama, the Pentagon was ordered not to disclose combatant deaths at the hands of Iranian forces. The last time I checked, if a sovereign country killed 603 of my son's going to be a Marine. I'd be in Iran right now with a sniper rifle, folks. This is disgusting. This country has been war with us for ages. If you've read my book, subtle plug, if you've read my book, I almost shot down an Iranian helicopter that was flying at the USS Abraham Lincoln that wouldn't deviate its path, and I thought was on a suicide mission. I locked that guy up with a Sidewinder, and I almost took him out of the gene pool. Wake up. All the president is doing at this point is inviting more conflict and further death. What do you do? And I completely agree with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham sent out a tweet. He's buddies with Trump now, right? He sent out a tweet. He's like, not responding to that initial shoot down of our drone only emboldened this. And the president kind of smacked him back like, that's not responding is a type of strength that only some people understand, Lindsey, meaning you're too dumb to know how smart I am. And the president is wrong. Lindsey Graham is right. Lindsey Graham served his country as a colonel in the Air Force Reserve or Guard right now. Has a hell of a lot more time in a uniform than Donald Trump does. Let's go to some of the details. U.S. and Saudi military forces failed to detect attack on oil facilities. First of all, not the Commandant of the Marine Corps, I'm sorry. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Joseph Dunford, had a great quote yesterday. He's like, hey, man, we don't have this all-seeing eye over the Persian Gulf, and even if we did, eyes blink every once in a while, meaning, first of all, it ain't our job to defend Saudi Arabia from air attack, and we weren't looking for that. I've done some digging, and it's actually in this article that, guess what? The Saudi Patriot defense system and their air defenses weren't, you ready for this? Facing east. Who's our biggest threat? Iran? Okay, let's point all of our stuff south, which I get. Why? Because that's Yemen. Last year, Houthi rebels in Yemen shot what? Cruise missiles into Riyadh. Some of them hit the damn international airport, so I get it. Well, guess what, Saudi? You need to actually point. You ready for this? Long Raytheon. Here's your stock tips in all this political and military rant is Raytheon. So guess what? Raytheon can't pick up what it ain't pointing at. Okay? So isn't that insane? We're pointing our air defense system where obviously we think the threat is, but the biggest threat is to our left, to our east, Iran. So they didn't even see it. Mike Pompeo just landed or is landing in Saudi Arabia to talk to the king and this and to do an investigation. We're doing investigations, guys, now. Now, with military attacks, let's wait for the FBI or let's find fingerprints. Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me that this is where we are with our type of warfare? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I have 15 years in a uniform, nearly 3,000 hours in an F-18 Hornet, 44 combat sorties over Iraq. I was stationed in Saudi Arabia. I was the mobile targeting officer, man. I sat in the KAOC. I sat right behind a 2-star, 3-star general and picked targets for us to bomb. I know the region. I've been to about 12 countries in the region, folks. Doing what this president, he's negotiating like he is a real estate deal. He ain't dealing with, a real estate investment trust leader in New York. These people only understand force. And Putin gets my gold star of the day yesterday for troll level 12. Putin trolls the Saudis, offers to sell them the same missile air defense system he sold to Iran. Patriot didn't pick up those things. Geez, must have a really shitty air defense system. God bless Putin, man. That was hysterical. Can't stand the guy. He's one of our biggest enemies, but I got to take my hat off. When I see a good troll level 11, I salute it. Iran. Trump is still doing the, maybe we'll, I don't know, there's no meeting or preconditions and blah, blah, blah. He wants a deal, folks. This guy wants to leave office and write the art of the deal part 2. Look what I did with North Korea. Look what I did with Iran. He's not doing anything with either. Photo opportunities with North Korea, and he's going to get more Americans killed dealing with Iran. He's failing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of the biggest Trump supporters in the world. This is a failure. I agree with Lindsey Graham. Chinese vice minister heads to Washington as trade talks broaden focus. That's on the back burner right now. All the China stuff, folks, back burner to what? Whenever you're watching CNBC and in the lower right corner, they have a countdown timer, you know something big's about to happen. So obviously stocks are down a little bit. The S&P's down like 8. Dow's down 60 or something-ish right now. VIX is up about 2%. Look at this, man. The VIX smashed here just like, hey, nothing ever could possibly go wrong. The VIX goes up a couple percent on an attack on another nation from another nation, right? And this is, I covered this earlier, folks. This is the new warfare, folks. They just changed warfare forever. You don't need another 9/11 where you train hijackers and you buy first-class tickets and you try and get through security. You buy some big-ass drones, you put Timothy McVeigh Home Depot fertilizer on it, and you fly them into buildings from miles away sitting in your car. What are we going to do? Investigate. We have to investigate. Ask me sometime over a drink about the true story of the Maersk, Alabama, and the 3 dudes that took that they shot the SEAL shot right in the forehead, and why they did it. Whew. Investigate. So here we go. Fed prepares second rate cut to cushion against global risks. Oh boy. For the second day in a row, ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Reserve had to step in to curb soaring short-term borrowing costs. What's that mean? The New York Federal Reserve is what do I call the New York Fed? The PPT, baby, the plunge protection team. They had to step in for a second day in a row, man. So obviously people are like, whoa, that really means they need to cut. Did everybody see the macroeconomic data this week and for the past couple months since the last Fed meeting? Things are good, folks. This economy is doing well. So I'm telling you, I'm long volatility. I'm sure I am positioned for this. This is the last Fed meeting where we got a quarter point and the guy more or less said we're one and done. And then what happened? Implosion. Data dependent, trade war, all sorts of stuff. We got all the way back up to within spitting distance, 1% of record highs on the S&P 500. You think the Fed's going to do something today that's going to make us rip higher? Remember, folks, the more the Fed does, if they cut more than expected, the market's going to rip higher on algorithmic trading, driving that higher. And then humans are going to sit down and go, whoa, hold on. If the Fed's cutting more than the market wanted or thinks we need, something bad is on the horizon, and then the market's going to pull back. And if the Fed underwhelms and doesn't do what the market expects, it's going to get pissed off and head lower. I don't believe us being up here on hopium is a good place to be. It's a hold your nose market, folks. I jumped in and bid this market higher, but I got one hand on the ejection handle, man, and we are poised, we are hedged for this thing to go south. Check your email. this afternoon after the close at 4:30. We're going to be doing a solo Amazon brief. We're going to talk about our newest, most exciting live trading service called Solo Amazon here at Top Gun Options. And obviously, for the first 15, 20 minutes of that brief, I have got to talk about what happened with the Fed and the market reaction. So please check your email. You can click on that link to register. It's free. And then we're going to have a great session. I'll tell you how you can get it's our lowest cost service to get your foot in the door here to see what we do here at Top Gun Options. So please check your email and click to register. Okay. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock for accelerated retirement and the rest of you at 4:30. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge and God bless. I'll talk to you guys